Hi there, my name is Samuel and welcome back to another video where today we shall be taking a look at the set 71383 Wiggler's Poison Swarm, which does include 374 pieces, 3 brick built characters, and this does retail for £35, €40.40 at full retail. And this set you can find on sale. I got this on Amazon, I believe, for 19-ish, somewhere around that mark, a few p either way. But yeah, this set honestly is a pretty good set. I have to admit, I really like the Wiggler character, sort of like the Desert Poké character, quite unique, quite different, but really awesome. Then this one is actually quite a lot of space, which for me is my only problem. I'm gonna say it's a really awkward shape, especially well, these you can kind of just pop all these off, so it's more just square. But yeah, there's quite a lot of features to it. You've got the bridge and everything. So yeah, this honestly, I would say that this is sort of like one of the first major display sets, because to me this feels more like a display set. It's more one just whole build where the little parts, there's less parts that you can pop off and mainly one structure, which is definitely something that you do see definitely in this later wave. So yeah, let's take a look at this. So let's take a look at the characters and then we'll take a look at the build and then we'll kind of run a course and see how it goes. So starting off with the repeat character, you can see that we have a Goomba, which of course is from the first wave. You can see there is his code on the top. He has a bit more of a stern, angry expression. Of course, he is a one-stop health one. So yeah, simple, really cool, really effective though. But yeah, that is the Goomba, pretty cool. It's really weird how we've gone to talking about this from literally from like a minute to like a few seconds. So then taking a look at the Koopa Trooper, you can see him there standing and flying on the pole, which honestly I think is really cool, that the fact they give you the translucent pole. And this time around, let's try not to record the whole thing in slow-mo, because that's really helpful. Yes, I did that, and I will maybe release a clip at some point. But yeah, taking a look at the Koopa Trooper, you can see what he looks like. Honestly, I think he looks really cool. You can see he has like the nose, the belly, and all of the printing like they generally do. Has the printed tail on the back, and yeah, I think this is really cool. The shell, though, it's such a shame that the fact they just didn't remold up just with a shorter handlebar end. And there you can see the eyes, which I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it does look like Meta to me. I can't unsee that now, so apologies, you will not be able to unsee that, but there you can see that, which honestly I think is a pretty cool character. So taking a look at the Wiggler straight off the bat, you can see that we've actually had to put a 2x4 block underneath him just so he can actually prop his head up, which honestly it's a nightmare, that the fact that you really can't. I think that's the biggest disappointment, that the fact they've not given you anything if you didn't want to display the set, because in the end that I collect the characters mainly, really is what I get the sets for mainly. So it's really annoying that you can't have the option. But there you can see what he looks like. He basically is just the same section all the way down. Looks really neat. It's honestly a shame that one of these didn't have like a printed tile on it. I think that would have just made things much better. But there you can see that side as well, which is pretty neat. You can see that. We can see the whole side. And the bottom, which looks pretty cool, has the wider feet that I believe Bowser Jr. uses as well. Which there you can see that, which honestly, it would have been cool if we got like a reverse tile, or just, I guess you couldn't have done that at least. Maybe put one on the back or something. It's just a nice nightmare and a nuisance that you can't do that. And if we want to remove that, you can see that his head just like goes down like that. So yeah, I think Wiggler's a really cool character, but it's just a massive shame that if you want him propped up without the set, you've got to put something under there, which I do recommend, either I guess a purple, a yellow, or a 2x2 translucent block as well. So that is pretty awesome. So it starts it off by taking a look at Wiggler's little area straight off the bat. You can tell that there's this interactive tile, which is of course what Mario uses, and of course that is what basically makes up for the fact that Wiggler doesn't have one. But taking a look at that, you can see that there's a little QR code scanner there, which is pretty cool. You can then see we have one of those printed elements in that new shape, which I really like that element. It kind of feels weird, like I don't know why exactly it's here, but still it looks pretty cool. You then have this bridge, which actually held on by these clips, which honestly was such a surprise to see them do that. And you can see that there is actually a play feature to this bridge, which honestly is absolutely fantastic. You then have, we got this tree, which can I just say, please just keep an eye out for that piece. I completely like missed it on the instructions, so just a little bit of advice there, maybe if anyone else does, but most probably just me there. But taking a look, you can see that we have this character up here flying, of course, which looks really cool. You've got the little base down here, which he attaches to like there. You can see that, which is pretty cool. And moving around, you can actually see that there's this little raft, which this is kind of an interesting one if we turn Mario on. So this is basically like the cloud that we had last time. So you can see moving that around is on one of those joints, which I think is pretty neat. I like the fact that they've done that. I think is really cool. You can see that we have the other code there, and this is a raft. So the idea is that you put Mario on there, and when you unplug him, you basically just move him around and he gets coins. So this is like the cloud, but just, well, he's basically the cloud, but just a water raft version of it, which honestly I think is really neat. Like, I honestly think it's cool, but again that defeats the purpose, because you could just unhook and go like right to the finish. So I don't get exactly that logic, but yeah, I think it's still a really neat feature. Of course, Mario is not included, but there you can see we have that, which is pretty neat. The raft, I genuinely like. I think it's quite a nice, simple build. It really fits the scale well. That's one thing that I love how they do, is just how they really fit everything into the scale. You can see we have one of those tiles there. And then we have the star power-up, which this you actually need for the Chain Chomp encounter set, or the jungle, whatever it is called. So that's kind of weird that you get it in this set. But yeah, this set doesn't really do much, so it's kind of that. But anyway, there you can see the interactability with like the extra life, I do believe. So yeah, that is pretty cool. That of course goes down there. And okay, sorry, let's just get Mario. So also what you can do, Mario does not want to. Okay, there you can see that he has stopped. So yeah, what you do, you can put Mario on here and he does get the poison effect. So if we just let that run for a few seconds until, so it takes, I don't really know how, a certain amount, so he gets poisoned. But if you put him on water straight away, he actually, like, I don't know, helps him, cures him, and sometimes he gets coins, not all the time, but yeah, that's what that does. Honestly, I think that's really neat. So now, moving on over to this feature. This feature, I think, is actually pretty incredible. Like, I think it's quite enjoyable. So the idea is that you get this lever, and you have to basically just press it down really hard, and it does that. So what it does, of course, as you saw there, it moves the bridge down, but that is something that I've kind of noticed that every now and again, it just doesn't work completely, right? So you have to make sure the Goomba is there. And then if we do it, okay, let's do it from this angle, see if that's better. You basically have to push it. Okay, let's try this angle. You have to basically push it down and it goes like that, which I think is really neat when it works. Of course, it doesn't always work, as I was saying, but it still works nevertheless decently fine. You can see that we have all this area, which I think is really neat. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Honestly, I think that's really cool on this. There's just this massive purple space with these two massive elements. I really like it when Lego just include these, because it really just makes the set a bit bigger, though it's a bit lazy in the area. But yeah, there you can see Wiggler, which what you do with Wiggler, you basically put Mario on here, and then he plays his music. And then you basically have to do this feature like that. And of course, if you've figured it out by now, it is all in coordination to the bridge. So the idea is, if we have Wiggler here, you have to wiggle Wiggler. And the idea is that you keep doing that. So yeah, that is one problem you can see. It is honestly not the easiest feature. You really have to do it hard, and if you don't want to damage it, I don't recommend it. And you can see that it literally just popped. I've never had that before. Okay, maybe I did that a little bit too hard, but that all just popped off, and that's never really happened. But you can see the thing, you really have to do it like that. And you can see that you get some coins for it, and then you do the bridge. But yeah, to me, the feature works not the best. It's a good feature when it works, but personally, I think it's better if you just do that myself, because, well, even that's not working. It's just really come and go, it hit or miss with it. But yeah, you have to do it really hard, and it really does shape the set, as you saw. So yeah, that's what the feature looks like. Honestly, I think it's pretty cool. If you're wondering how Wiggler is attached, if we move on down here, you can see that he's attached to the cog piece, which is pretty cool. That is where he goes on the first 3 studs. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Honestly, I think that's really neat. And actually, sorry, there's one more thing. They've got this like new half plate, which I think is really neat. So yeah, that is basically everything the set does. Now let's quickly set up a course and have a look. So here you can see I've got my whole course set up. Basically got the finishing flag there and the starting tube here. But let's begin, so we can put Mario on down to here. Let's go straight to the wigglers. Let's quickly just move the camera so you can have a better angle. But this, you simply just do it like that again. Which there you can see, it's just honestly, it doesn't want to do it. It really is a hit and miss. I guess sometimes you have to be a bit more gentle with it. But yeah, you basically put the bridge down. Let's quickly get that coin. You can't really get any more coins. I don't need the star power up. I mean, I guess I'll go over here. Yeah, get some water, I guess. Yeah, get some water. Oh, okay, let's knock this one down. There we go, let's have a look, let's see how that goes. Which, yeah, you can see we've got 37 coins, which are seeming more like an average that you're getting 30. But yeah, that's really it. Honestly, I don't think that the feature works that well. Maybe I did it a bit hard, but really, it's one of those features that is good on the drawing board. Like, it is really good when it works. But generally, I haven't had much luck with it working. Because, well, I guess if we do it a bit more gently. But if you do it gently, it just doesn't get enough, like, thrust. You can see that it doesn't get enough push to go over there, where you have to really hit it for it to go there. So yeah, yeah, the feature definitely, I would say, is a disappointment. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong, like the idea of it, and when it works, it is good, like I said, but the fact that it doesn't work half the time really is a letdown. But yeah, now let's go on to my final thoughts of this set. So there we have it. I hope you did enjoy this video. Overall, this set from the aesthetic point is really good. The aesthetic of it is really nice, but objectively, it doesn't really work. The feature just doesn't work as smoothly. You really have to be quite rough with it to get it. You really have to like swing it from side to side to really get like the force to be able to go over there, which I guess you could use your hand, but that really defeats the object. But yeah, I think it's a good set, but again, really not worth full retail. I like the fact that it's more of a solid structure, and here I just wanted to quickly show you, we do have the hinges, which, yeah, I think this set is definitely cool in the sense that it's like another structural build, which I really like that. I think that's really cool, but just again, the fact that it's really got to be just done really rough, I'm not really a fan of that. And then again, you got this raft, which is really cool, but this feature I most probably won't use too much because I don't really want to damage anything. But yeah, this I think is a good set in like the idea of the wiggler and like I guess and the raft. I think they're like my main favorite parts, but even that I don't get why there isn't a tile on just anywhere, the underside, on the top. And this I get, like, I don't know, it just doesn't really get that many coins. So yeah, it's a set that was good in like objective, but I don't think it worked as well. But I really like the bridge. I think the bridge is really neat, getting Indiana Jones vibes there. But thank you all for watching this video. What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and until tomorrow's video, see you there. Bye for now.